Hello everybody, it is mango season 2024. Right now, with the ice cream truck in the background, it is June 2nd, a Sunday, and hopefully I'll be getting this video out this week. Some of you were asking for an update on my mangoes. My mangoes are not really ready yet. I picked a few. I want to give you a tour now and just give you an update, and also have an update for myself so I can keep this for future reference. Now, we are in a later mango season this year. This year, the mango season is starting later than it has normally. Now, last year, 2023, was such a big year for mangoes. And this year, it's just going to be a great year for East Palm Beach County, where I am in South Florida. But from what I hear, everyone else is not having a good year. So we'll keep that in mind. Maybe you're an exception, but people out west, people here south of us, no one else is having a good year. So we're going to do the mango tour right now, and also the tree tour, because there's a bunch of other tropical trees here. And we're going to not think about the ice cream truck in the background. Maybe that's good background music, maybe not. But they put it loud, so they want all the kids in the neighborhood to hear. And that's another great example. When little kids are running out to get ice cream, we should have like a mango truck where little kids hear mangoes and they're all excited to get healthy, natural mangoes and not like junk ice cream from a truck, right? From anywhere. You know, especially now, like just imagine a mango truck coming down the street. Mangoes and little kids running in the street, they want their mangoes. Don't run in the street, kids. Just, you know what I mean. Run into the truck. Not into the truck, but to the truck. Alright, let's start the mango tour. Here we go, everybody. This is my lemon zest. And my lemon zest tree here is growing wonderfully. As for mangoes, though, I made a mistake, and last year I cut the tree back a little too much. I made that error with several trees, and I'll talk about. But I still got mangoes on the lower side of the tree that I didn't cut. So specifically right down here, I have a bunch. And actually, do I see one turning yellow? I'm on my hands and knees right now. Literally, wow. Oh no, oh, that's why you don't let mangoes touch the floor. Oh no, I'm gonna eat half of this. I'm gonna eat the other half. But wow, that's a shame. I gotta get these mangoes off the floor. That's just terrible. But anyway, there's a bunch of lemon zest down here. So this tree is going to do great. And look how clean they are. Look how clean those lemon zest mangoes are. I did spray with copper and some other things. And it's paying off. And I'm going to spray again. I'm going to spray until these are off the tree. But I am not going to cut back this tree this year. I might cut the middle out a little to give it some air, but I'm not really going to cut it back like I usually do. But that's looking good. Alright, right next to it is the branch breaker. This is the sweet tart. This year I didn't break any branches, but my neighbor, his tree completely broke a branch off. There's just so many fruit on this tree. So this is a sweet tart. And they grow in clusters. So when they grow, if you take some of them out, they'll grow much bigger. So you lose one, but you get a bigger one. And the ones that are in clusters are smaller. But it's just an abundant tree. And hopefully this year we're going to figure out how to pick these. Because you see the bigger ones that are single, they're bigger. Hopefully we'll learn how to pick these this year, because they're not the easiest one to pick. You don't know if you need to pick them green or when they're tree ripen. But if you pick them right, they're wonderful. Over here, this is my sugarloaf tree that I thought it was a sugarloaf, but it's not a sugarloaf. And it was a mislabeled tree. And there's about 3 mangoes hanging on there. A couple fell off, but this is the mango. This is how it looks. I don't even want to touch it because I touched one and it fell off, but this is how it looks. And I asked many people to guess what it was. Alex at Tropical Acres told me his best guess at this point, without tasting it, because he will have to taste it, is Karen Michelle. Possibly. So I'm sad it's not a sugarloaf, but I have another sugarloaf. I'd be happy if it's Karen Michelle. I do have another Karen Michelle on the ground, but it's way smaller than this one. But we'll see. We'll see. Alright, look at this tree here. This is a cac mango. C-A-C, cac. Look how big and beautiful. This is a wonderful mango. This is probably the most productive, disease-free mango tree around, and I'd say one of the most underrated. You don't hear people talking about it a lot because of the name, but it is fabulous, and it's doing really well. A lot of mangoes on there. That's cac. So over here now we got one of my jackfruit trees. This is my China jackfruit tree. Chine or China. And there's a bunch of small ones down here. Waiting for them to turn so I could pick some. I had one so far and there wasn't much in it. There was just a couple of pods in there, but that's my China jackfruit. Here's my Boca Champa jackfruit growing back. We'll see how it is this year. This is my Homestead white sapote tree. That's looking nice. Coming along. I got a bunch of papaya trees that I put in the ground while I was farming last year, and they just started sprouting up. So I got a bunch of papaya trees growing, and I'm also growing watermelon throughout the whole yard. Coming here, this is my Larita Mame, looking really nice, growing well. Back here, look at this orange sherbet. Look how productive this tree is. And all of these are on the bottom of the tree. I cut the top back. I'm not going to cut the trees this year because nothing's growing up top. But down here is loaded. Orange sherbet, loaded. Now, I have another tree here that's very close to the orange sherbet. This is a persimmon tree. Look. Loaded with persimmons. And of course, these aren't going to be in season until the winter time. But I'm going to have to make a choice because it's way too close to the orange sherbet tree. This orange sherbet tree is, wow. But you live and you learn. Well, there's some up top there. I come around here. This is I took out years ago, last year, a Super Haas avocado. And I put this tree in. This is a San Pablo. Oh, no, that's the Fernandez red custard apple. And it's growing really nicely. This tree here was a cherry tree, and it still is half a cherry tree, but I top worked it. This was one of the biggest trees in my yard, and I top worked it to a emerald mango, and it's growing really well. Emerald mango, still have some cherry up top there. I'm gonna fill it up all with emerald. I come around here, I have a seedling mango, and this is also a seedling of a Boca Champa. This one has a pointed leaf, but that's a seedling of the Boca Champa. There's some more watermelon growing. Another Boca Champa seedling. Now these trees, this 1 and 2 are my lemon meringue trees. And I cut these back way too much last year, so much so that they actually got sunburned. Live and you learn, everybody. They got a little sunburn, or a lot of sunburn. But thankfully the trees are okay. The trees are thriving, but no mangoes on this one this year. And this one, I had a few mangoes. Here's one. We come to this side. We got a branch here that I didn't cut, and look at that. Look at that. So if I didn't cut the other branches, they would have probably just been like that. But this tree is thriving. Come around back here. This is my avocado tree. This is my Simpson avocado. Looking really nice. A bunch on there getting nice and big. Simpson avocado. Come around back here. That's a big black gold jackfruit. Big black gold jackfruit. It might be too close to this avocado, so we're gonna have to see how that develops. I turn right around here. Between my avocado and my lemon meringue is my M4. My M4. Loaded. Loaded. M4. This was a later addition to this yard. But look. Loaded, loaded, and loaded. Truly high density gardening here. Way too close to everything. We're going to have to keep an eye on it. But it has 1, 2, 3, maybe 20 or 30 mangoes on there. And right over here is my Miami soursop that I got from Laura Farms. And I see one flower up there. One flower over there. So, and there's I see another flower. So not too many flowers, not too much fruit yet. There's another developing flower. But this tree will take off at some point. Alright, over here with new leaves on it, because this is a mamey tree. This is a dwarf pumpkin mamey. I had 2 of them. One of them died and one of them is nice and alive. The leaves fall off and they come back, and they came back, and it's looking really nice. Now, look at this. Look what we have here. This is a topwork tree. It was and is a Duncan. And I had one today. It was really wonderful. But I added to it Sunrise. And I kept the Duncan. So it's kind of mixed. There's actually 1 or 2 branches of other things here. But it's mostly Duncan. It's loaded. Remember I told you CAC was one of the most disease resistant and best producing trees? Well, Duncan is very disease resistant and producing. I like the taste of the CAC much better, but look at this. This might be a Sunrise from a branch that I put on here. There's just so many different colors on this tree. And then right here I have another Boca Champadoc seedling. It's looking nice. Behind me here I have a red custard apple. Now understand, over the years, first I had passion fruits here for a couple years. Wasn't working, then I had some bananas. Red custard apple. Hopefully that'll work here in this spot. Here I have tucked here the Puy avocado. I planted this as a 1 gallon and look how big it is now. No flowers yet, but it's coming along. And the most productive tree in my yard this year so far that I've been getting so much fruit off of. This is a white sapote, and I finally found out the variety. It's a Redlands white sapote, or Redland white sapote tree. Loaded fruit all over the place. Absolutely amazingly delicious. White sapote. Look at this. This is the most underrated tree in all of South Florida. Here's one on the floor. When these are ripe, they fall on the floor. And over grass so they won't break. Look, perfectly ripe. White sapote. Wow. More, oh look, there's another one. Look at this. That's what I'm talking about. There's another one right there. Look. You want to eat these when they're yellow. You can eat them when they're green, but when they're yellow, wow. Wow. And this is really cool here. Right next to it I have a Rollinia tree. And check this out. Check the fruit out on there. Look. All over the tree. We'll see how many hold. You know, I've seen videos about people saying you need to pollinate this tree. Maybe you'll get more if you pollinate, but look, I didn't pollinate. There's so many on there. I'm questioning if I should bag them or not. As of yet, I haven't. So many on there. That is Rollinia. First year I'll be getting fruit off of that. Alright. And over here I got some of my potted trees. My last potted trees, or some of my last potted trees I got to get in the ground. I have here a cream brulee. I bought this a couple of months ago. This was Alex's farm and he says one of the best tasting mangoes on his property. Then over here I have that's a baby persimmon. I have a P22. I have some citrus. I'm coming out with a video about citrus soon. I got some citrus from Jack and the Beanstalk Nursery. Then I have Amapali. And then I have Amapa by Mashan. That's the P22. And then I have a jackfruit. Alright, here I put this in the ground. That's another China jackfruit that's grafted. Grafted China jackfruit. This was another mislabel. This was supposed to be ice cream. I have it in a 44-gallon bucket. It was supposed to be, or pail, pot. Supposed to be ice cream, but those leaves don't look like an ice cream tree. And we'll see how it does. Over here, look at this. Wow. What? This is my sunrise tree that I planted in my neighbor's yard. This is one of my top mangoes. And just like the sunrise, oh, right off the tree, it is ready. Do you see that? Wow. I'm about to go on the other side and pick these up. That's why I planted this, by the way, in my neighbor's yard. He's really cool. He lets me plant trees in his yard. I planted a dwarf Hawaiian there. I just planted a Siatong there and a star apple. But even if he didn't, I could still just go right over the fence right here. And look at that. So I see maybe one more in there. I'm going to come back and get in a little while. So that is sunrise. That's a great variety, everybody. And there I got some more watermelon growing. So we'll see how that does. Over here, I have my avocado that I'm so excited about. This is one of my favorite tasting avocados. It's called Kampong. It's a winter avocado. Maybe November, December time, January time. And this was the top work. This was a winter Mexican, but they weren't ripening evenly. So I top worked it to a Kampong avocado. And it's really taken off. And look here. I'm so excited. This is just my little yard. I know it looks like on film I got a big yard, but I only got a quarter acre over here. This is my amazing soursop tree that's always loaded. Always loaded. And I just had my friend Chris Evans come out and graft some of these to try to make a tree out of it. This was a seedling from Home Depot. Look, every year, look how crazy that is. This tree even fell down and a couple of years ago and I picked it back up. So many fruits. That's soursop. And look at this watermelon. These watermelon plants. It's exciting. Over here, I have Catalina avocado. Catalina avocado. That's more of a mid-season. Catalina. This here is another seedling of a soursop from Home Depot. And there's a good amount of flowers on there. For the first year, I saw a good amount of flowers on there. It's gonna have to be good because I'm not keeping stuff if they're not good, but Chris was just here recently and he helped me graft. To graft some of that other one on here. You see there's a flower? But he helped me graft. Oh, there's a graft right there. Look at that. So we'll see if that takes. I gotta name that amazing seedling. I think I'm gonna call it HD Soursop. HD Soursop or Home Depot. Home Depot Soursop. This here is a seedling or a grafted. Somebody gave me this, a Boca Champadoc. We'll see how it comes out. And over here was my seedling avocado, my seedling jackfruit. This whole spot was a giant jackfruit, and I had tons of jackfruit, but it was way too soft. So I put here a Bangkok lemon tree in, and I also grafted Bangkok lemon tree to this one. I did a video on that, and it only worked in one place, it took, but I only needed it in one place. So that's a graft now on my seedling tree of jackfruit. That is the backyard here. Now, I'm going to go ahead and show everybody the front yard. And as I'm going to do this, I want to tell everybody that this took quite a while to build. I mean, I moved trees around and I had to think about where the drain field was. And I had to move things. My neighbor planted trees the same time I did. And he has so many more bigger trees because he didn't stop taking them out and moving them around. But I did. Let me go around front here and show you what's going on. But I'm set now. I mean, I think I'm set. We always say that and then more stuff, right? So this was where the pumpkin mame was that died. But it's alright. I'm gonna leave this open. And over here I had a Gefna Adamoya. I took it out. So opened it up a little. And here's some more of the grafts of the Kerry mango that I'm switching over to emerald. I had a few more take. I'm still waiting for some others to take. There you go, that one took. I'm waiting for that one. It's still green, so that might take. There was one more up here. So I'm waiting for a few more. And then at the end here, I think this is either apricot or Timor. I planted on it. I was just playing around and see how I would go, and it graft took. It's either apricot or Timor. Wonderful, wonderful mango. So let me take you around front now. For the update. Okay, so here we are out front. This is my cocktail tree. It originally was a Kent mango, and there's still one branch of the Kent left. That's supposed to be Kent, but it's not looking like Kent. Looking like interesting. Well, that's Kent mango, I think. But I left on here. I put on here Fairchild because I had gotten rid of the tree next door, but I took a branch from that, so part of this is Fairchild. And then the back is all Angie. And this was my first real experiment with a cocktail tree. I even had an orange sherbet branch coming out, but I didn't want to mess with this persimmon, so I took the orange sherbet out because I had one in the back. But this is all Angie. And Angie's doing great. All right. So that's what's growing on there. And we come here. This is my Pantane Mame. Looking really nice. Plantain mame. Oh, look this. This is... Look. Oh, hello, Angie. A nice Angie. I'm going to come back and get that one. So that's the other side. There's the... That's the lemon zest. And here's some more citrus. These are the finger limes that I got. I got these finger limes from Zane's World. This is the UF Sun. This is UF Red. And then Nick from Nick's Edibles up in Orlando brought me giant finger lime. So experimenting with those. And then here I got this choquette avocado tree. Not my favorite avocado. I want to make this into a cocktail avocado tree. But it's choquette and it's growing back. Then I come around front here. This is a Subel white sapote tree. It smells ready. I've had one or two from here already. This is Subel white sapote. So that's another variety. We'll see how that does. This here is my butterscotch Sapodilla. Got a lot of flowers on here right now. And note this, where I live, I don't have mangoes in the front here because mangoes, well, I do over there, but they're an eyesore. In my neighborhood, people can get mangoes easily. So I put up front Sapodilla, they don't ripen at the same time. And a white sapote because very few people even know what that is. Out front here in my yard I have, this is called a money tree. It's a chestnut, Malamar chestnut. And it actually has one growing in there. We'll try that for the first time. And I still have this is a Brazilian cherry. I have that growing right here. I have a dragon fruit tree in pots on both sides of the yard. And on this side of my front yard, this is an Alano Sapodilla tree. And when it was growing up, and so they told me if you cut the top, it'll bush out. I cut the top, and guess what? It's bushing out. A lot of fruits on there. Over here, oh look, speaking of which, I love this time of year. There's an Alano Sapodilla. This is my Pickering tree. Look how short it is and loaded it is. There must be 20 or 30 mangoes on there. That's Pickering. I used to have a Falan mango tree over here, but I made some adjustments. Over here I have a seedling of a China jackfruit, because the seedlings of the jackfruit will go straight and stay skinny, where the grass will grow really wide, and I don't have that much room. On the front here I have one of my many miracle fruit trees, and this is my beautiful Jabo de Caba tree that got fruit on it this year. Really nice, beautiful looking tree. Here I have another miracle fruit tree. This is a cogswall that I was going to work to top work to an ice cream, and I did it, and only one of them ended up taking. But I got an ice cream branch on a cogswall or cogshaw, however you want to pronounce it, mango tree. And there's the Gefna Adamoya that I moved from the other side. That's Gefna Adamoya. Here is starfruit tree. That's a Kerry starfruit tree. And I love the way it's looked and shaped here now, but in the summer when it's loaded with fruit, it comes really way out and takes up this whole space. I have another Jabocaba tree here again. I planted these fruits that are less known on the side of the street. The Sapodilla, I got Moringa, and over here I got another Jabo. I haven't gotten fruit off this one yet. Then over here I have a seedling of a lemon meringue mango. I'm going to see what happens with that. And there I have a star apple. So one of those are going to work. I'm planning on just seeing what happens with the seedling, because the star apple will take a time to grow, but That is a Hippolito, an excellent star apple, also known as Camito. Speaking of star apple, this is beautiful. This star apple, look at that. Look at that. And it is loaded. Loaded. There's a green star apple, no name variety, just a grafted green. I've tasted some of them this year. It was wonderful. It's really nice. And here's a persimmon tree that's doing really nice. That's a Triumph persimmon tree. I turn around here. Yeah, this is high density gardening for sure. This is a Maria Black avocado tree. And here I have a Vietnam pomegranate. I come around here. I have another miracle fruit tree. I have a miracle fruit tree against the window there. That's my first one. That one's big. It's always loaded. But I have some papaya growing there as well. So I'm really excited about that. But look at this tree, folks. Look how beautiful this tree is. This is Oro Negro avocado. And it has a good amount of avocados on there. Not as much as I've seen in the past, but there still must be maybe 50 or at least 50 on there. So it's not known to be a great producer, but it is the greatest tasting avocado, or one of them. But right next to it this year, for the first time fruiting, I have this avocado, and this avocado is a Ronnie, not a Donnie, but a Ronnie avocado that I got from Laura Farms. It tastes great. It's supposed to be one of the great producing later varieties. Then over here I have another Sapodilla, and this one is the, oh, I forgot the name, but look how big that is. Forgot the variety, but that's a Sapodilla. Molek. No, Molek is a small one. I think it's Molek, but look at that. Wow. So that tree is loaded. Now I'm getting into my neighbor's yard. If you see here, here's the fence, but my neighbor lets me plant in his yard. As long as I mow his lawn, he said I could plant in his yard. Now I had over there a Katuk plant, and it didn't work out too well. And there's the jackfruit on the other side that will grow over. And remember, I strategically did this when I planted everything. So this is the property line on my yard here. This is the property line, and I'm going to show you what I have on my neighbor's side of the yard, because I didn't want to plant anything too big, because if it gets too big and somehow my neighbor sells his house, I don't want to be stuck with big trees that are blocking the sun. So I have a jujube plant here, which will get big if you don't cut it, but I cut it all the time, and it's loaded every summer or every spring. There's a jackfruit seedling growing up in the middle of it. Now here is look at that. This is a ackee tree. There's a very good chance I'm going to cut this ackee tree out. I have a moringa in there as well, but these trees grow fast and big, and I hate to cut it out, but it's not in the best spot, and it's going to overtake everything if I don't cut it out. But that's ackee. We'll see. And more in the front here, I have this mango here that doesn't grow too big. It's Jahingal. Jahingal. Then I have a banana, dwarf Namwa banana here. I have another seedling of a jackfruit here. And over here I have a chia, or acharu plant. Acharu. If I come out to the front, I put a banana here on my neighbor's side. If I come out to the front, I finally got another variety of banana here. This is an apple banana, Manzano. And I have here, besides the moringa, I have two cherry trees. These are the black, not the red. of the cherry trees. These are cherries that you find all over that normally red. These are the Zill Black. Zill Black. So they'll be in the front. They'll create nice bushes. So that's what I got growing on over there. And now I want to come to my neighbor's yard and show everybody and just take a look because it's really cool. He had an old mango tree in this yard next door when I originally came here. I'll show you what I planted back here. See, there's my trees. This here is an apricot mango tree I planted. So it's not getting water. We'll see how it does. We're waiting for the rain. This here is a Namwa banana tree I planted there. Look here. This is the Sunrise mango tree. Sunrise. Wow. What a great color. Just so beautiful. And I was just on the other side of the fence feeling that. We'll come in the fence. Oh boy. I'm taking that. That's nice. Yep. Sunrise. Absolutely gorgeous mango. Smells amazing. That is Sunrise. And now I have a tree here that almost died, but I put it here. I moved it. It was a dwarf Hawaiian, and it's grown back. So that's gonna look nice there. Dwarf Hawaiian. And I also put a star apple here. This is a Kamito. I have a big star apple here. I just put this here. This was the latest edition. This is a Siatang mango. Siatang. And this is a cool thing. This was just a tree that was here. It was just a mango seedling for years. And I started experimenting and I put Pineapple Pleasure on there. And it's fruiting. So we're gonna have some Pineapple Pleasure mangoes on this tree. So everybody wanted a update on the mango trees and how they're doing here. That is just my yard. Now I'm gonna show you Mango Land, which is... All right, so here we come upon Mango Land. And over here we have, this is Acerola cherry. And then behind that we have Mamey Americana, and I've been talking about that a lot on the website. That's a Mamey Americana growing right there. And this is a Chaya. This is Chaya, which is like a spinach. It's a wild green. It's growing really great. Here we have another Redlands, white Sapote. We have 1 or 2 fruit on here this year. We got some bananas growing. These I thought were apple Manzano bananas, but they're actually dwarf Namwa. And they're growing real nice. Look what we have here. June 2nd. This is Tess Pollock, this one. Tess Pollock, look. Look. Oh, that's ready. Wow. Tess Pollock. That's nice. You see, when they're not ready, they're green. Look when they're ready. So that's a Tess Pollock mango, and this is a great mango. This tree is a good amount. That's the first year it fruited. Now this one is a later variety. This is Honeykiss. Really like Honeykiss. Up there I got some more bananas. This is my Rosy Gold. We're pretty much over the season of Rosy Gold. We had about 10 on there this year. Maybe had 4 or 5 good ones. Now I took that dwarf Hawaiian out from here and I put in this China jackfruit, or Chine. I like it so much I put it right there. Eventually these bananas will go when things start growing up, but that's China. This tree here, and by the way, that's another seedling of a China right there, or Chine. And I have another cherry on the other side of the fence there. They make a great bush. This is an ice cream topwork. This was a seedling when I moved in of a Julie. And this, like the sweet top, will grow in small and bunches, but when there's only a few on there, they grow pretty big. But this is a seedling. That's how the leaves of an ice cream tree look, and coming along really nice. This is a jackfruit tree. And this one is a lemon gold jackfruit. Then this tree here is a Thai jackfruit called Brahm Kai Mei, and it stays green. It stays green. Brahm Kai Mei. There's only one on there this year. And this was a Pink Sea Moon. And I purposely put these here because they stay green. Well, they don't stay green, but you can eat them green. There's more bananas up there. And the other side of the front yard here, I have another butterscotch, Sapodilla. And I'm still not decided on the butterscotch Sapodilla. I've only tasted a few. And they didn't taste better than Alano. They were really big, but we'll see how they do because that's real estate is tight and that's another spot. But right now, I'm keeping it. Here's another star apple. Until that grows, I have the banana here. And this is a Cochin dwarf jackfruit over here. All right. This Sapodilla is a brown sugar, I believe. It's an old variety, and I moved it here from another place. There's a lot of flowers on there, but it also has some fruit. And coming around here, I took out my black sapote, and I put in Americana, Mamey Americana. And that's a variety from Laura Farms. Excellent variety. Out front here I have a coconut, and I also have another of the black cherry tree. Then over here I have a Pace Mamey. A nice spot for the Pace Mamey. These trees will grow over and leave the driveway open. This tree here is my Neelam mango, but there's a graft on here of a lemon zest that I put there years ago, but that's Neelam. And this is a white sapote tree that I don't know what it is. I moved it from another property, never had any fruit. I'm probably going to top work it to a Campbell white sapote eventually. And here I have another Hippolito star apple. Alright, so that's the front. Now we're going to go in the back of Mango Land and get this June update. Once a month I think I'm going to do an update. Alright, so look at this. This, when you first walk in, this is peach cobbler. Wow. Now this is a big mango tree, and I got a big space, so I'm excited. But look how great. I was told peach cobbler won't do well out here, but look at that. First year's fruiting, we got a small ones last year, but we got about 10 on there this year, so that's a nice spot. Look at this. This is called step mango. Step mango. Look at this shape. It has this little drip on the edge. This is from Hawaii. Most people haven't heard of this one. The first year I had it, it was so amazing. I had to get a tree. Last year I didn't care too much for it, but Alex told me to keep it. So I'm keeping it. It's doing well. We'll see how it does. Now I had taken some trees out to give other trees more room, more sun. This one is an orange essence. I actually don't know if I've tasted an orange essence yet, but that's orange essence. And this tree here is a sunrise because I wanted one in my yard, and I'm really hoping it was a correct because the place I got it from is known for mislabeling. So far it's looking promising. It's looking like sunrise. And it's loaded, so we'll see how that does. I have another Malabar chestnut, the money tree. I took away from here 2 trees. I had an 015 here. I could have kept it for a couple of years, but I took it out and I put a banana here. Eventually, it wouldn't have been enough space. I also had a Namduk Mai here that I took out. And back here, I have a little gem that's doing wonderful. That's Little Gem. And that, originally I got rid of a Little Gem, but then I realized it's a great late tree to have. Sometimes at Alex's place, this will be the latest tree to hold mangoes some years. So that's a Little Gem. Now we keep here. I have here what I put in a caramel shell. I originally had a pina colada here, but took it out. And I was going to leave the space open, but the space looked so big. I put a caramel shell in there to see how it would do. Because I tasted it, I was like, wow. But now I realize my sugarloaf might be a caramel shell, but I'll be okay with 2 of those. That's great. This is one of the biggest trees here. This is a dot. It's supposed to be a dot tree. And this here is a triple sec. Triple sec. Again, I play a lot of musical chairs with these trees over the years. This I just put in. I had a Kathy here. I took it out and I have a fruit punch here in the ground now. Again, this space is too tight. It's 20 feet. But for years I could have kept a Kathy, and I should have, because it would have been fruiting like everything else. I put a banana there. Here I got a white Paris. This one had a lot of sooty mold. I'm sorry, a lot of powdery mildew. But some of them broke through. And I got about 20 white Paris on there. This is another mango I had here, a Giselle mango. Again, if I would have kept my other mango trees, they would have probably been this size now, or maybe even bigger. And I would have got a crop for 2 or 3 years before I got rid of them. I guess I moved them too soon. But I just want to be productive, because when this grows and that grows, there's not going to be room in the middle for one. But there would have been room in the middle one for several years. So I guess I live and learn. Should have kept it. But that's a dwarf Namwa here. Look at this. This is an M4 mango tree. If I had to pick an all-star team of mangoes, I think I did a good job. This is an M4 mango tree. What am I saying? This is a Super Alfonso. Super Alfonso. My M4 was on the other. This is Super Alfonso. Delicious tree. If I could only keep a couple of trees, this would be one of my keepers. Super Alfonso. I had a Edward back there, but no space at all. So I put the banana there because eventually I can move the bananas. This one is one that it's called Buttercream, really big. So I'm planning on eventually getting rid of this, because it is going to eventually be too tall, but that's the key. I could have kept them. These are 10 feet apart. And I realized I could have kept some trees in. Well, my neighbors are having fun. I could have kept these trees in right now for a little while. But I moved the others. But this one I kept here for now. And then this behind me here is a phoenix that I put in. Over here I have, well, let's go back here. I have a soursop that I put the HD variety on there. We'll see if it takes. But this was a seedling, so we'll see how it does. This is my guava mango. See how that does. This one here is my first top work. It's a sweet tart. Sweet top work. And this one I got from Leaf's yard. This is a Pickering. Look how big this is. Look. Wow. That's a Pickering. Now my goal here is I put in an apricot mango because I had a somewhat of a space here. If this overtakes the Pickering, I'm okay with that. I'm all right with that. But I want that apricot mango. On this side here, I have a Graham. It's doing pretty good. A good amount on there. That's Graham. Then I have a Sugarloaf and a coconut cream, and both of those. The Sugarloaf, there's a few on there. There's a few on there, but nothing on the coconut cream. I had a Glen mango here. Again, I moved it to be counterproductive with the space. And this, I put this banana here for now. Here I have my fruit cocktail mango. This one's probably one of the biggest trees I got. Fruit cocktail. I hear mixed reports about the productivity of it, but it's certainly a delicious mango. And there's my cotton candy. Right on the other side of my cotton candy, I have a sugar apple, a red sugar apple. And then when I come back here, there's my Pickering. Over here I have a seedling to see how that does. But this one is my, is this the needling? It's that other green one that doesn't ripen too easily. But that's another right here. I'll remember the name in a moment. This is where my peach cobbler originally was, and I moved it. I put a banana there because it just wouldn't have been enough room. But I could have kept it there for a little while. This is Edgar. Now this is really cool because this whole back fence was filled with plants, and we took out all the trees and opened it up to get the sunlight in. So that's going to help a lot. This is a seedling, and on this seedling I put Timor and apricot, and they took. I got some more bananas around the yard. And here is my ST Maui that I got in a 1 gallon, and it's growing nicely. Gonna have a big spot. And that's my Kesar. That's my neighbor's Namduk Mai, which is loaded. I just put this in the ground. I'm so excited about it. This is Sun Puri. Sun Puri, I just put it in the ground. This is my Carla mango. Here I have another ice cream. Love that ice cream mango. Getting crowded here. I'll eventually have to take that banana down because the Ceci Love's gonna need some room. That's Ceci Love. And this is a seedling soursop. Look at that. Got a flower and a fruit. I finally got water on these trees. I wasn't concerned about water for the mangoes, but for the soursops and bananas I wanted on there. This one is my Angie. And that's looking nice. Look at this. I'd say lemon meringue's responsible for starting my addiction, but pineapple pleasure. Wow, that was the, other than lemon meringue, pineapple pleasure was the first one I tasted like, wow, I got to get these new Zill mangoes. And that one looks like it's almost ready. This is pineapple pleasure. The last couple of years they didn't grow well. They grew well, but they didn't taste well. They were just, maybe I wasn't picking them at the right time. But I had a pineapple pleasure years ago. Tasted like pineapple. It was amazing. And this here is another San Pablo custard apple. And this here, I have this avocado tree, which I think is a lula. I got it from another property, and I bought 2 over. One died. This one's coming back, so I'm not 100% sure, but I think that might be a lula. All right, just a couple more things to show you here. I'm going to do this update every month because I know people are asking for it. Right over here I have another San Pablo custard apple. We'll see how that does right there. Now the drain field, what are you going to do with your drain field? Well, I finally got some tarp and I'm experimenting with the tarp to see how it works. I had to clean this up and get the tarp down. I got a whole new drain field put in. The drain field here was old, but I got tarp on there now. So I got some, in pots, some miracle fruits. Then I got another custard apple, Adamoya that I moved from next door. And here I have a red jabo in a pot, growing nice. I have a Kampong avocado. I bought that in case that seedling doesn't take. I'm good. I have a Bombay mango. I'm going to experiment keeping this one in the pot. Experiment with that. Abiu. I saw a great one at Excalibur growing in a pot. I have one in the ground before. I'll show you on the way out that I didn't show you last time. That's Abiu. Then there's another apricot mango growing in a pot. I can't say enough about those. They're not the best tasting or the worst tasting, but they taste exactly like an apricot. They're the most unique mango that nobody has. And I want to make sure I have at least one or two growing here because nobody has that except Alex at Tropical Acres. He actually got it from Walter Zill. But that's a mango. It's so different and I think worth having. Here's some avocados I have in the pot. That's an improved Pollock. That's an emerald. Even though I'm top working an emerald, that's an emerald mango tree. This one's Giselle. Now I took a Giselle out and sold it, but then I tasted it again. I'm like, man, I gotta get that Giselle. So I have that in the pot. And that's an avocado seedling that I have. And you all hear all the dogs, right? I got dogs and cameras here. If anyone's getting funny ideas. We got the dogs and the cameras protecting the place. And I'll show you the Abiu I have here. But you know, people ask me if I sell my mangoes. I don't. I don't. Not enough. And you say, how's there not enough? There's the Abiu. People say, how's there not enough? Well, there's not enough because those of you that know me know that I only eat fruit and vegetables. But still, that's too much. But I like to send some to my friends and family. And I also like to freeze my mangoes so I could have more throughout the year. So at some point, I won't have enough. And I might sell. I might do that at some point. You know, when I don't have enough, when I have more than I can give out, I'll be selling them, most likely. But for now, I want to save as many as I can. Maybe I'll even get a second freezer. But I do limit how many I eat. For health reasons, I don't eat 10 mangoes a day. I do limit them. But I just wanted to mention that for those of you that are saying, oh, do you sell mangoes? But, and I love when people come for a tour during the season to give them a mango. And I love sharing them with my close friends and my neighbors. And so, but that's not to say I won't sell in the future, but that's not my goal of doing this right now. And even if it was, I still don't have enough at this moment to do that. But that is Mango Land, and that's my mangoes, what I have growing on this year. And I'm gonna do an update every month. Here it is today, June 2nd, 2024. I'm guessing by next year, by next month, many of these will already be ripe and off the tree. June and July are the two biggest months for mangoes. I'm getting ready for a mango festival too. I'm gonna bring some of these for display at Mango Fest. I'm gonna have a booth at Mango Fest, so some of you can come check me out at Mango Fest. And I'll have some mangoes there to taste. If you got a ticket for that, June 30th, 2024. It's gonna be a great time. But yeah, everybody. Thanks for checking this out. Put your comments and questions below. And this has all been a work in progress, and it still is. It takes a lot of time to take care of all these. It's not, no, it is time consuming, I'll put it that way. All right, if anybody has questions, put them below. Thank you. And again, most people aren't having a good year this year. I am closer to the coast here in Palm Beach County. So thankfully, we're having a good year here. But it's not as good as last year, but it's good. So I'm happy. And so everybody have a great day and keep growing. For more educational videos about mangoes and other fruits and how to grow fruit trees, please look out the other videos on this channel, Fruitful Trees, and also subscribe if you like, and also share these videos with others. Thank you for watching. Have a great day and keep growing.